Coach Beard was just in here praising, the physicality of your team. I guess, what did you feel like your team was able to do defensively to slow them down, especially there, when you pulled away in the second half?
Yeah, obviously, we had too many turnovers at halftime. That was not good. We're scoring, I think we scored 14 points, if I'm not mistaken, off our turnovers. And they had, a bunch of offensive rebounds. I think our defensive rebounding percentage was somewhere around 53%. So they were getting almost half, the rebounds back. And we were too. It was, very similar that way. But we just didn't feel like we were finishing the job that way. We were scoring off our turnovers. We had some decent possessions first shot, but they got too many, second chance opportunities. I don't know how many he scored on it, but it just deflates you and it takes the air, out of the defense a little bit when that happens. And certainly, we try to play physical. We try to get on the backboards. Offensively, we're 44% tonight, which is a big number, and that was a big part of our game plan.
I think that was a season low for Josh, but it seemed like everybody else on the team picked him up and played especially well in the second half, especially defensively. What'd you think of that second group that came in there?
Yeah, I mean, they made a commitment to not let Josh get a bunch of clean looks. They did an excellent job on him. He didn't get many. He just didn't get many, and then certainly foul trouble didn't help him either. But our bench was tremendous. I mean, that's why we won the game. We had so many productive guys come off the bench and do a lot of things that don't even show up in the stat sheet, and I thought that was the big difference in the game.
Chris, moving Jimmy into the starting line, was that a matchup thing or something else in there, and how you felt both of those guys, Jimmy and Tolu, handled that?
I guess for the record, it was between Tolu and I.
We'll go back to Robbie, and then we'll go to John in the camera line.
Coach, this was kind of a shootout the first three halves that you played against Ole Miss. What was the difference there in that second half today to kind of play y'all's game and kind of dictate the pace how you wanted to?
That's what I was talking about at halftime with our staff. That, we can't guard these guys. They had 39 in the first half up there, and then 47, and they had 44 at home. And I'm like, we're struggling. We're struggling to defend them, and it was frustrating. That's what we pride ourselves on. And the second half, I thought a few things happened. I thought Cam Matthews set the tone defensively with some big plays, some hustle plays. Like, people talk about 50-50 balls. Well, he got a ball, it was 20-80. I didn't think he had any chance of getting that ball. I really thought that gave us a boost. And then the crowd got into the game. Our kids fed off the crowd. It was loud. They were into the game. And, certainly you want your guys to play hard all the time, but, that's no secret that urges them on even more. And I thought Rams Davis was unbelievable defensively with his hands and just his activity. And a lot of guys were, but the biggest difference, like I said, was Cam setting the tone, and we just really locked down and got in stances and defended it. We didn't make any major changes with our structure. They just got some stops and got more confident.
We'll go back to the cameras, and John, go ahead, John.
Chris, would you say now that you have fully committed to Tolu coming off the bench for the rest of his Mississippi State career? No, I'm kidding.
That's what Cam said, he should come off the bench more often.
Matt throws some
I don't think Tolu's
curveballs.
going to go for that.
Matt throws some curveballs. I'd throw one this time. No. Do you think there was kind of a little extra satisfaction, from your guys post game, considering the fact that not only that it's a rivalry game, but the fact that they also, won the last meeting in Oxford?
Sure. I mean, no one wants to get swept by your rivals. We didn't have it. Our only chance was to split this year after getting beat at their place, and it's something we talked about. The three things that we talked about from a program's perspective was it was a rivalry game, and everybody talks about it. And I've been here long enough to really understand how meaningful it is to both fan bases. It's a big deal. Certainly, I've coached long enough to be in a bunch of rivalries and series, and I get all that. But it was important, and we have a bunch of Mississippi kids on our roster. And for them to be able to have that, for the rest of their lives is a big deal, and certainly that was important. But the other parts were, hey, we got to move up in the SEC standings. We got to try to improve, our seeding every chance we get. And then, the third thing, and I don't know, right now it may not be as meaningful, but in March it's going to be, is keep improving our resume. you know, we don't have that many opportunities left, and you got to take advantage of them because they're going to be gone here soon. And you know, depending on who you talk to, you know, you'll have disagreements on which one is more important.
We'll go to Benjamin here, front row to coach's right.
Big night on both ends for Shaq Moore. He really helped key that run in the second half to help create some separation, and as well on the defensive end, really did a nice job on Murray. What did you see out of him tonight, and how pleased have you been with his progress lately?
Very pleased with his offensive progress. You know, he's been real consistent for us the last 3 or 4 games. You know, he finally missed a shot, right? He was 5 for 7. He made 2 games in a row where he didn't miss a shot. And I thought he was super aggressive tonight. He finished really well, even in some traffic with some trees around him. But more importantly than that, I've been a little disappointed with him. Even at the Arkansas game, I grabbed him before the game. I said, you need to guard. Okay, sit down in the stands and guard the ball. And he did. Like, he was relentless for the most part on defense. And I thought he just had a different mindset, and I've been a little disappointed with him. He just hasn't been the motored up as he's you know, had been in the past. And so I'm proud of him for that, and that really helped us.
We'll go down the line to coach's left here, front row.
Chris, last time you two faced off, you guys didn't have as much success in the paint, but tonight was a completely different story. What did you see in Ole Miss's defense to kind of incentivize your guys to go down low and attack the basket?
Well, one, when they're playing small ball a little bit more, you know, so whenever they played the small ball lineup, we were committed to running everything we had, you know, to try to just go right at the rim. So every time they were in that lineup, you know, that was kind of our deal. And then even, you know, when we started feeling confident that way, we even attacked, you know, the big guys a little bit more than we did, you know, up there. And, you know, people that are watching us know that we talk about paint touches all the time around here. And, you know, so many good things happen when you get the ball in the paint. You know, draw fouls more, obviously, you get closer to the basket. You know, you draw the defense, you can get inside out threes, get them in closeouts, etc. And we've been talking about it all year long, but the guys have been doing a better job of staying committed to it throughout the game.